Hello everyone, this is Peter from Celcom Sky, and today I'll be doing a demo on how our point of sale works in fashion industry retail shops. And from the start, once you log in, the system looks like this, and it prompts you right away to start either scanning or searching the codes of the products you're having if you are making a sale. And maybe just briefly, maybe we can start with this code 73487. And once you see we have searched that code, it will bring the product and the available sizes. As you can see from here, it has a size 10, 12, and 8. Maybe if you are interested in selling size 12, you just click that size 12 and it will appear in your order part. Once it appears there, maybe you needed something else. You want to search something else. Maybe this time round we can search as 73490. And this time maybe we are selling this red Zara pant size 40. You just click it and it will get your order part. So now the next step before maybe we build this person. Maybe this person, it's an optional option. Maybe this person you gave him or her a discount of 200 shillings. You see from this part, we have this discount part. We can give like 200 shillings. And you, as you can see from here, we have a percentage and shillings form. So you can apply a discount in percentage form or in shillings form. So this case, we have just used this shillings form, 200 shillings, and you say, okay, you see, from 6,500 to 6,300. So the next thing, you'll ask your customer how he or she is making the payments, and you can see from this. Okay, before we click this, you see we have a shortcut for the cash payment mode. You can click here if it was cash. If it was the other payment types, you can click here. And now from this part, you can have the payment types you're having from your shop. You see, from here we have now the cash, we have on credit, we have deposit balance, we have M-Pesa, we have PDQ for swiping bank cards. So maybe this time around, maybe we can start with this cash. You just click cash. And once you click cash, the system will ask you to print the receipt. And in our case now, we don't have a receipt printer connected. If it was there, you could have just clicked here the print receipt, and you have your receipt and you handle it to the customer. And once you're done, you just click done. So the system will reset back to the normal landing page. And once now you come here, maybe you'd like to make another sale at this time round. Maybe we can search at this 734. 73490. You see, this time we have these 42, maybe three pieces of them. You just click three times, or precisely, you can just click that product and you click. You see this button for quantity, you can still click there. And maybe this time around we can change the quantity to maybe 2. That's it, you see. And also the totals change. Maybe you can try another product. Um, Maybe this blue maxi dress, maybe size 10. Maybe 2 of them. And just click 2 times. So the next thing, as we had said previously, you click the payment type, the payment button for you to choose the payment mode that customer is paying through. This time around, let's say we try M-Pesa. You see, and immediately you click M-Pesa, the system will prompt you to, you see, the system will prompt you to add the customer details, to capture the customer details for reference. Right. So now we can put that customer's name, maybe it's Mary M. And you see from this part, we can also capture the number. I'll just put a random number, the phone number. And immediately you do this info will be stored in your system. So the next thing, you just click OK. right? It will prompt you to print your receipts and hand it to your customer. Once you're done, you click done. It gets back to the normal, to the initial landing page for the system. Alright, so that's basically how you do make your sales. Maybe we can try one thing, something else. Maybe this size 12, size 42, sorry, and size 6, and maybe size 10, and maybe size 8, and maybe size 38, right? And maybe this time round, we can give a 500 or maybe a 5% discount for this person, right? Right? So we can click now the percentage form of a discount and we apply the 5%. And you say, okay, right? You see, it has affected this. Uh-huh. So the next thing, as you have said, you click payment, you select the payment type. This time around, we select PDQ, right? It will ask for the customer details. You have to notice something from this part. You see, Mary M, now since we had added her previously, she's already in our system, right? You see the Mary M and the contacts. So all the customers you have captured will be in your system. If maybe this was a return customer, you could have just searched the customer and select the customer without necessarily asking for the details for the second time. And if it's a new customer, you just click add new customer. Maybe this time around we say Mark S. Sorry. And the phone number, just a random number. And you say okay, right? Once you come here, it will ask you to print the receipt. And you have to know that if you don't want to print the receipt for your customer, you can just click done without necessarily printing the receipt. The sale will still be have been captured, right? So it's not a must you print the receipt. You can still opt not to print the receipt and you just click done. That receipt will have been captured. And you have to notice that when you are doing all these sales, it's affecting the stock. Once you do a sale, it will be removed automatically from the stock, and it will be affected from the reporting parts. Shortly, we'll be seeing that, right? So now, basically, that's how you make your sales. So now we can check something else before we go to the management part. You see now from this part for viewing sales history, you can just click here. It will have all your sales history, and you can perform some few things from this part. You can decide maybe this client, the first client we served, may return something. You see, this client, the first sale, as per these receipt numbers, this client had bought these items, all right? And maybe this person has gone and these items, maybe this size 12 didn't fit that person. That person can decide to return the product and maybe exchange with something else, right? So from this part, you can just click the sale using the receipt number because, of course, you'll be having a lot of sales. You can't probably trace them with your eyes. You just select the sale and you select this button for refund. Once you do that, you can select from this part, you can tick. Now you see, we are trying to refund this size, okay, this product, right? And you see here that customer had paid through cash. And once you say, okay, that product automatically will be returned to the stock, and also it will be deducted from the sales part, as in from the account part. So you don't have to go and start adjusting your calculations, to start adjusting your reportings, right? So it will just effect it automatically, right? So we don't have to do this. Let me just cancel. I will just showing how you can go about that. And maybe something else, this customer has come back and maybe Mary M is saying she lost the receipts and she would like to get a duplicate receipt of what she had. So you can just select that cell, and you see from this part, you can just receipt it will be just a duplicate of duplicated receipt of what you had given the customer, right? So that's it. And maybe something else, if this customer comes from a far distance, maybe she would like to get the receipt through email address without necessarily giving it physically. You see this part for send mail. If you had captured the customer email address, this receipt can be automatically be sent to that customer's email address, right? Yeah, so that's it. Maybe we can check something else. You see this part for cash in, cash out. This for recording miscellaneous expenses. You see from this remove cash part, you just put the you just put a description of the expense you are capturing, like this 500 shillings. Maybe description is uh, let's say staff lunch, right? And just save, right? So that expense is already captured. It's a miscellaneous expense, right? So something else we can check, it's this end of day. When you are closing register at the end of the day, you see this button for closing register. Once you click there, it will give you a summary of your daily sales, right? Uh, for this user admin, today you had cash of this much, M-Pesa of this much, PDQ of this much, and this is the summary. So if you had like several people using the system, they could all have appeared in this part, right? And now this is the summary. So today we had this cash, we had this M-Pesa, we had this PDQ, and this now the total, right? So once you continue, the system will print a Z report of that today's summary, right? And this will be reset to 0, ready to start for the next shift or for the next day, for the next working day, right? Yes, so now we can maybe check something else. So this time around, maybe we can check the management part. And before we go to this part, you have to notice that every function in this system you can restrict to some people, right? So the system has a full access levels. You can restrict some people from accessing some functions. Yeah, so now let's go to this management part. Once you come to the management part, the first thing you learn on is dashboard. And as you can see from this part, the dashboard gives you a summary of what's happening in your business. As you can see from this starting part here, you have a graphical representation from January to December. And so as you'll be making your sales, the graphs will be adjusting, right? So they'll keep on adjusting as you're making your sales. And from this, maybe you can be seeing the months you are performing well, the months you didn't perform well, and maybe try to figure out what was happening, right? And from this part, it will give you a summary of the top performing month. And now this part is for the total accumulative for that year. And for this part is for the daily sales, right? So if you are to open this system tomorrow, you'll find that this part will be 0, right? Will have reset to 0. And this part it will show the top selling products, and you, as per the selected period, as you can see from here, you can still change that. Maybe you want to check the top performing products for maybe for another range of time. You can change it from here. Maybe these predefined periods, today, yesterday, last week, this week. You can select or change them from here, right? Sorry. And so sorry. As the next thing we're gonna check on is, okay, let's skip this documents part for a moment. I'll come to show you its function. Let's go to the products part. So under the products part, as you can see, we have our products here. From this part, you can edit a product, you can delete a product, you can change prices, you can do anything with the products from this part. And you can also add new products. You see, if you are to add something else, like a new product, you just click here, and as you can see from this part, the system has generated a new code for that product. So you use that code for that product, and once you have put now the product description, the next thing is setting the pricing. As you can see from this part, you put the buying price for that product and the selling price, and the markup will generate automatically, right? Once you have done that, you save. If you want maybe to edit something like this maxi blue dress, maybe the price has changed, you can just double click it, you see, under price and tax, you see, you can change it. You see the buying price, the selling price, and the markup, it's generated there. And maybe something else I can let you know is that under these parts for stock control, you can set the reorder point for that product so that maybe if that product gets to a certain point, it will generate a reorder list automatically. Or else, if that product gets to a certain level, it will start giving you a low stock warning that that thing is getting out of stock, prompting you to restock the product if you need to, right? So maybe we can check something else. Stock. So under stock, of course, it shows you all what you have in your stock, and you can see from these parts, uh, this will give you a summary of your stock worth, right? So if you had put all the products for your shop, this will be the summary of your buying prices and what you are expecting from that stock. And it will keep on changing if you're adding something or removing something that's making sales, right? Yeah. So as you can see from here, I had put 55555 as the default quantities. And now since we have made some sales, you see they've affected the quantities, right? As you can see from this part, right? So now something else. If, for example, these blue maxi dress size 10, you restocked maybe 3 pieces of them. Now that gets us to this part we had skipped, the documents part. So I want to show you how you do restock your products. Let's get this code is 73487 size 10. So adding something on top of existing stock, you just go to, let me get back. You go to documents, add, you do a purchase, right? And from this part, you can capture the external documents, the supplier's invoice number, right? The vendor, you can select your supplier. Uh-huh. And if maybe you are buying that stock on credit to pay on a certain date, you can select a due date for that stock. Maybe sometimes not really necessary. So let's try to restock the product with marked. This was size a blue maxi dress size 10. It's this one. Maybe this time around we are restocking 3 pieces of them, and they have gotten in at 24. Okay, you have purchased them at 2,409, something like that. Just an assumption. You say, okay, you have to notice something. This maxi dress size 10 from our stock, it's 2 pieces. And now we are trying to add 3 pieces of them. We say, okay, so let's see the effect. Remember, they were 2 pieces. So let's just refresh. We see. Just check for you to remember 2 pieces, maxi dress size 10. So maxi dress size 10, it has changed to 5 pieces. Now since you have added the 3 pieces. So that's how you just add a stock, right? So the next thing, it's a reporting. You can check the reporting. So all of these are reports. But before you select any report, of course, you want report for which date. You just click there. So you can select a range of time from a certain date to a certain date, right? Or these shortcuts, these predefined periods. Maybe we want to check sales for today. Just click OK, today, and OK. So which report do you want to see? So like we can check the first report, product. You just double click it. It's generating the reports. And once you double click the report type you want to show, it will be generated in PDF form. Just a moment, it's generated. All right, there we go. So you see, as per the selected time today, these these are your our sales, right? You can check what you sold and how many pieces you sold and the summary totals from there. You see? Yeah, just a precise report. Or what you have sold, the quantities you have sold, and the summary totals are there. So today we made this sale of 34,500. Maybe you can check another report, the payment types report. Okay, all of these are good reports. I'll just show you sorry, the most important reports. So we can check another report like this one for payment types. As you can see from this part, as per the selected time, we had a cash today of 6,300. We had an M-Pesa of 13,000. We had a PDQ of 15,200, and this is the total. A very good report. It gives you a summary of the payment types you received for that selected period, right? The cash, the M-Pesa, the PDQ. If there was a credit, you could have seen it from there, right? So we can check another report, another important report, the profit and margin report, right? The profit and margin report, it's there of what you have sold, the quantities, the totals you have made from those products, and the profit you have made from each product, and the percentage margin for each product. You see? And the totals are there, right? A very nice report. Maybe another report we could have checked is if there were any unpaid sales, you could have seen it from there. There's no any unpaid sales you have made. If you did any purchase, like I think we did one for the maxi dress size 10, 3 pieces, you see? The one we did is there, right? So that's it for now. If we had set those reorder levels for those products, we could have checked the report from here if there's any product that needs to be restocked, right? So something else we can check, maybe customer and suppliers. You see, all your customers you had captured will be appearing here, and you can export these customers in Excel form or in PDF form, right? Something else like promotion actions, there are those times maybe something is on sale, like when you say buy three, get 10% discount, buy four, get one free. So all those things you can set them from this part. User and security, you can add your users, system users from this part, right? Payment types, if you have a new payment type, you can add it from this part. Tax rates, if you need to incorporate tax in your system, we just add it from here. Setting up your business details is from here. Just put your business details, address, the tail and all that, the logo, right? So you can do all those things from these parts. Yeah, so that was just a brief demo of how our system is working. And I hope you have enjoyed. And I'm so happy to have shown you this. My name is Peter, and I appreciate you so much for having this time with me. Thank you.